We got Doc here thinking he's a doctor.
The House of Learning Doctors.
Yeah. Snake's only having one lung or something.
I smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins. It was. What did you say? It's like snakes only have. They only got one good lung, but it's a long one.
Yeah. Yeah. I've tried to convince my coworkers to let me smoke at my desk at work, and they won't go for it. I don't know why. The ceilings are high. The ceilings are tall.
You're very old school.
It's fine. I was like, dude, they did it in Mad Men. Why can't I? Like, that was cigarettes, too. I don't even want to smoke cigarettes.
Dude, it's crazy. When I worked the venomous
room. You smoke? I didn't know you smoked cigs.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't Bill either.
Does. Yeah, I don't. I've never touched one.
You do Zins and your cigars.
Cigars, yeah. The Zins drive them crazy enough as is, I guess. For some reason, I don't. They just need to let me live my life. Like,
just let you live your life.
Do you do Zins or no?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're always posting about. That's why I was like, all right, fair enough.
I got my $50 Amazon gift card through my Zen points and got me a German book on ornamental tarantulas that I can't even read because it's not in English. So.
Oh well, that's easy though. You got to just
Google it. Bro.
Do the Google Translate live.
I was doing it like an hour, not even an hour ago. I was laying in bed like flipping through it, and my wife was like, "Just get the Google Lens app." And so I did that, and like. The times we're living in right now are unbelievable because I'm like literally pointing my phone at the pages and it's translating them live. So like I don't have to take a picture and have it do it. It's like literally doing it as I'm flipping through it. And I'm like, this is mind blowing.
Fucking Buck Rogers.
Like, this is crazy that we can do this. So, I started watching Mad Men, Tyson, and I don't know. I never, I need to maybe visit it again. Just
Mad
the
was amazing.
First couple episodes, I was just kind of like, all right, when are they gonna do something?
Oh, it gets so good. Oh my God.
I'm kind of feeling that way with Sopranos right now because Katie and I started watching that.
Nice.
And I'm like, we're a good bit through the first season, and I'm like, is this it? It's not that it's bad, but I'm just kind of like,
dude, watch Mad Men just for Christina Hendricks alone.
That,
yeah.
But here we are, Snakes and Stogies episode 263, brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com. I did release a new design last night before I went to sleep, and I did not post about it today, but that Everglades rat.
Sweet.
Design.
The one you sent me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother trucker.
I'll post it whenever we're done tonight, but go check it out. Everglades rat shirt is up.
Awesome.
I'm working on some other ones. I had a nice long weekend with a lot of downtime, forced downtime. So I started working on some stuff that I've been meaning to work on and get added and all that. So yeah. Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com, hats, shirts, hoodies, in situ line is available up there now. You need UPF shirts.
I got mine.
Fishing shirts. I don't want to call them fishing shirts. It's not really fishing shirts, but
UV shirts.
UV shirts. Better way. They're available. Check them out. Use the code THN at checkout. That is the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you, and it is 15% off. And Daytona pickup is now an option on the website as well. So if you want to place an order and you just want to link up with me at Daytona at some point that weekend, I can bring it down. And I've had 2 people do it that live in like Montana, so I need to email them and be like, "Are you actually coming to the show, or did you just think that I could just like you could skip out on shipping?" I don't know. So. It's there now. It's a little early still, I know, but
not that early, man.
It'll be here before we freaking know it, dude.
I know.
So that's an option now at checkout. And then Cold-Blooded Caffeine, best coffee around. They just announced that they're partnering with a farm direct in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
So there's no like middleman between the, I guess the, what would you call it? the
Juan Valdez,
broker.
Rusty Goat.
Yeah, there's no like broker between them and the farms. They're teaming up directly with this farm in Colombia, which I think is pretty cool. So use the code SMOKE at checkout with them. A lot of awesome, delicious offerings and many more. ColdBloodedCaffeine.com.
INAT Colombia next.
You're gonna see a bunch of like hippos and stuff that's not supposed to be there, courtesy of old Pablo.
Yeah, right.
Like, why is there a giraffe in Colombia? What is it doing there?
No, it's Colombian giraffe. It's good.
What are you smoking this evening?
Tonight, I'm a little outside my wheelbox, but I'm trying new stuff that I've never had. A little My Father Blue.
It's much better than that Placencia. And I meant to ask you last week, what was your final verdict on that Rocky?
The 30th anniversary.
I think that's what it is.
Yes, the blue one. My final verdict was it was a
cigar.
It was not bad. It was not bad at all. It was enjoyable to smoke. It was kind of meh. You know? It was meh. I don't regret buying it. I don't regret smoking it. It was enjoyable. It did not knock my socks off. Yeah. It was not a bad cigar by any means. Rocky Patel puts out a fantastic product. It just
sometimes he does.
It was a little underwhelming. I think I hyped it up a little bit too much myself. Plus, I also had this thing. I was like, oh, I got to prove Smitty wrong. No, he was fairly right. So, yeah.
I don't care if it's a $30 cigar or a $3 cigar. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. If I don't think it's worth the money, I will be very upfront and tell people it ain't worth the money. I don't have a dog in the fight. The way I look at it is it's too late for me, but you can still save yourself $30 and not get that cigar.
I'll tell you what, though, it was a good Nicaraguan representation, a good Robusto Nicaraguan representation. It was not a 30th anniversary knock your socks off. I will also say this, like, I'm a Foundation guy. I love Foundation. I love almost every Foundation they've ever freaking made. 10-year anniversary, huge letdown. Really expensive. Wasn't anything special. I would have rather taken that money and bought 4 Olmecs or 4 Tabernacles or whatever. You know what I mean?
Olmecs. Yeah, those Olmecs are good.
Dude, Olmecs fucking love it.
Have you had that My Father yet, though?
No, I've not had the blue. I've not had the blue and I've not had the pink.
Good.
I bought both to do comparing contrast.
Is that new one they released?
I don't know. It's got
There's a red one they just released that I was.
No. This is
okay.
It's like bubblegum pink color. It's the same. It's the same band structure and logo, just pink instead of blue.
Gotcha. I
think it might have a year associated with it. I don't remember.
Probably. I don't know. So, I wasn't all that impressed with the newer one that has like the red band on it, but I smoked them pretty fresh, so I'll give them a little bit and then circle back. Maybe try a couple different ring gauges because, I don't know. It wasn't bad. It just didn't really do a whole lot for me. I liked the blue way more than the new one.
Okay. I did wait a solid maybe 2 months.
Yeah, you've had that for a while.
I've had this for a while. So, yeah. What are you smoking?
Raj got my old reliable back in, which is LFD Colorado Oscuro.
Hell yeah.
Which is without a doubt one of my all-time favorite cigars. And I freaking love them. Colorado wrappers, man, you don't see them a whole lot anymore. But these Colorado Oscuros, anytime, this used to be like a fall release. Like LFD you'd see them in shops come like August, September. I don't know if they've changed that or if maybe they just had some still from last year's production or whatever, but Raj got a box of them in, and I can guarantee you that most of them are probably going to be smoked by me because not a lot of people seem to pay attention to them, which is fine by me because then that means I can smoke them all. And they come in boxes of 50. So.
Hell yeah.
I can have my way with them.
What's the bandless Oscuro, or it might be like a double Ligero that they put out that it's bandless in a box of 50, or it might be a cab, and it's kind of a torpedo, but it's not. It's a pyramidus of some kind.
I'm honestly not sure.
It's so fucking good. It's
LFD's portfolio is huge.
Yeah, and everything they make is awesome.
They're plagued by production issues, or like traditionally, that was like one of the brands where when you go to order, a lot of it's going to be back ordered because they just like Andalusian Bull got Cigar of the Year like 10 years ago, and they still struggle to keep up with the like.
For sure, that's in my top 5 favorite smokes.
I like them too, but now they're. I mean, I don't know what they're selling them for down there, but I know here they're up to like $30 a pop. And
yeah, it's about $30.
To me, I can. There's stuff I like more for $30 in those. But
I got you.
When they were like 17, I was more on board. I was like, okay, get behind that. And then they went up to 20, and then it was 25, and now we're at 30. And it's like,
they changed the logos a little different, a little different, and the box is a little different. So much that like you're like, man, it looks a little different. And then you Google it, and you're like, okay.
Old switcheroo.
But I will say this: Cigar Girl got in Andalusian Bulls, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't had one in like at least 3-4 years. I was like, give me 3 of them. I'll smoke one now. I'll put a couple aside. And then my boys that were there, they're like, what's that? I've never heard of that. And like, oh, this is another LFD. It's an LFD that's not pitch black. Let me see that, And now they're fucking hooked, and he's practically sold out. So
LFD does strong cigars very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want something that is gonna like smoking a brick, just in terms of like the heaviness of it and just really
rich.
LFD does that very well. I don't think they could make a light cigar if they tried. Honestly, I think they have a couple that are like light-ish, and to me, they're almost just a joke because it's like, what are you guys doing? This is
and like LFD natural, fantastic, not as punch you in the face, and then you got like the double Ligero that is just girl. Double Ligero.
So he has the Raj has the double Ligeros and the natural, which I have not had the natural in that, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
Every time he's gotten them in, it's always been Maduros.
Yeah.
And Ligero, for context, that's one of the primings of the plant closer to the top, so the leaves are smaller, but they're thicker and it's way stronger. It's just a much stronger, more concentrated, I guess is probably the best word for it.
It's also got the most sunlight if it's sun grown.
So it's and so double Ligero is like Ligero as is strong, but double Ligero is like doubling down on that.
Yeah,
it's if you're ordering a Jack and Coke and you're making it a double, that's kind of where you're at. It's kind of just strong. But the Carlo Oscuro is fantastic, and it comes in like 2 sizes, I think, and this is the bigger one. This is a 60 gauge. I don't know the length, but
nice.
Very good.
Excellent.
Anything new down in Florida?
I fed a lot of snakes. I fed like everybody because everyone was hungry this past week. And male subox did not want to eat. Fairly good sign. Female subox, the 2 that got paired, one of them was like, oh, look, food. I'll take that. Thanks.
Yeah.
And does not look like she got bred at all. And then the other one is fat as a horse, refused food, and going into shed.
Yeah,
so,
buddy.
Fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it. Fingers crossed. Getting cloudy in the eyes. No, I didn't even touch her. So I put her in the male's enclosure, kept them together for like 3 weeks, separated, fed, put them back together another 3-4 weeks, and then I separated them to feed, but she was like coiled up like almost like a rattlesnake coil. I was like, that's weird. She never does that. And I was like, man, she kind of looks kind of thick, like 3C's thick. I'm like, very interesting. So I gave a frozen thawed rat pup on tongs, and she was like, oh no, I can't. No, it's just I don't want that.
Watch my figure.
I don't want that. Get it away from me. Didn't move the coil, kept the cinnamon bun. And I was like, okay. So I took the male out of there. I moved the decor, gave her more room, stuck in a big, like 12-inch deli cup that I cut a hole in the lid and filled with sphagnum moss. It's not too damp. I wrung the water out. And the minute I put that in there, she uncoiled, went in there and started chilling. Now she's back out, same spot, and blue. So
looks good.
Looking good. I was hoping that our beautiful guest tonight would be able to shed some insight, having been there before me. So
shed some insight.
Shed some insight.
Sounds like you've had luck Phil. I haven't bred mine yet. What locality are they?
That one's Wild Rose Pass.
That's right. Are those the ones you got from Daytona?
Yeah. So this pair is the female's a proven breeder 2022 from Rob Nemo.
Yeah.
The male is like a 4 or 5 year old male, never bred. And again from Rob Nemo, he got rid of it because it was only eating live. And I was like, that's no problem. Half the room gets live anyway because of venomous and shit. So I just fed him live, and eventually now he's on frozen thawed. But and then the other pair was Silver's het albino. The male is unknown genetics. The silver is also Rob Nemo. The female, excuse me, is also Rob Nemo. I think the male is just too young. I think he's too tiny.
I'm curious. Do you know what albino? Like Euro albino?
River Road.
River Road.
Yeah, I've only got River Road stuff.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, I'm not an albino guy. I'm not a morph guy at all. Except, dude, silvers are just, I can't.
No, get them. I agree. I mean, for the most part, I'm not either.
Yeah.
The 4 I have the Euro albino, and then I have a het Euro albino,
cool.
And then that's European albino. I think that's where it originated. For those who don't know, and then I do have a pair of silver blondes, which are really nice. And
so you have blondes and silver, or are they like silver colored blondes?
They're like bluish, like nice. That looking. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah. They're cool. I've had them for 3 years now.
Nice.
So they're doing well. I got them. Some guys had them down here that I'm friends with, and some people say they're difficult in like high humidity environments, where I am, obviously Louisiana. But I mean, my home itself, we were just talking before the show, my home itself, it gets warm in here in the summer, but it's not like it's very humid inside. Outside it is, but
I never had any issues with mine either.
Yeah, I mean, in the reptile room right now, I mean, the Gobi's reading, 53%.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
I just use smaller water bowls.
Yeah. I mean, they are prone though to respiratory infections. I feel like, but
I made those mistakes.
Before. I mean, you live and learn, but I like them. They're cool. They're
goofy.
Fairly easy. Yeah, I mean, they are goofy. They're fairly easy. They can be picky at times, but
I feel like once it's dialed in, it's autopilot.
Bingo.
But and then the baby I got from Gillen, that is offspring of Smitty's, dude, that thing's a powerhouse. I mean, it's so tiny, it's like a cocktail straw, but it just murders things, and I love it. So
how many total?
I've got 9 now, I think.
So that's a good size project. I didn't know you had
that. No, I've been honestly just hyper focused on them within reason.
Collecting those like I'm collecting Conicas.
Pretty much. I've got.
Dude, I love the Sambos. We talked about that.
Bit, well, you know what? Let's just do this. We got to introduce Doc. Smitty,
sure.
Would you care to?
Yes, we are once again joined by Dr. Chris Brown. Who we had on, what did we say, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was August of 24.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
that's good, man.
It's been a minute. But I've been meaning to actually hit you up about coming on again because it has been a while, and you've done some traveling and stuff semi recently, and so I figured we'd get into that a little bit. And we
thanks. I'm happy.
Just enjoy talking to you. So.
Happy to be back. Yeah, it's always fun chatting with you guys. Like you're like informal. It's not like I have to like talk to the scientific community. Just shooting the shit, man. I like it,
bro. I still love that we just met over a cigar in a gazebo. Like, who's better than us?
Gazebo, not a gazebo.
The gazebo.
The gazebo.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. That's what makes Daytona special. That's what makes it. Right there is that freaking gazebo. The animals, the vendors, everything's awesome, but it's that community vibe in that gazebo is really where you're going to separate that from any other show in the country, in my opinion. There's no comparison. It's amazing.
Love it. Are you enjoying an adult Vice this evening?
No. This evening, I'm just staying sober, drinking water.
Responsible adult.
feel like I've been popping so much freaking Tylenol and ibuprofen the last couple of days. My freaking liver's probably screaming at me.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm rocking the fridge cigarette tonight.
Nice. Good old Diet Coke.
Yeah. Well, like
sometimes those crispy Diet Cokes, boy, they slap though. When you need them most, they're just
they do so crisp. Well, I have to this time of year. I have to have a drink with a lid, otherwise I get 4 or 5 bugs in my drink between sips. So,
Chain said he met Chris for the first time sober a couple weeks back with the NPR boys. I assume.
I'm glad this is on record now.
Yes.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yes.
Semi sober.
What's funny is I was they asked about you in hey man, do you know this guy Brown? I was like, do I know him? I will vouch for him. He is a man among men.
Who said that?
I think it was Rob. I think Rob was like, hey, you know this guy Chris? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Rob Stone?
Yeah. I'm 99. I'm not, because this was also like, oh man, it was like what, 3 months ago is when he talked to me about it. He's like, hey, you know this guy Chris? I was like, Chris? He goes, yeah, Brown. I was like, oh fuck yeah, man. I was like, that guy's a stand-up fella.
I'm gonna be on his podcast next Thursday.
Excellent.
So yeah,
I think that's what we talked about was you coming on Fight Club and whatnot. So
yeah,
now we ruined it.
No, hardly. We're just this is
the surprise is gone.
Planting the seed of sales.
Yeah, Rob and Justin, they go pretty deep in some conversations, so it'll be different.
Yeah, be good.
Just getting warmed up.
It's a fun format they do that in. I enjoy it.
Yeah, man,
I like it.
That last episode with the guy who wrote the Pyro book, that was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah.
So, all right. You okay, Smithy?
I am. Yeah, I'm trying not to scratch, dude. I'm itchy.
Oh, it's good. It means you're healing.
I guess so.
Your butthole's healing.
Since everyone's been invested in this against their will over the last like month, vasectomy went swimmingly.
Well, not so swimming.
Everything went smoothly, and I'm on the mend, and I'm healing at 5 times the rate of a normal man.
Nice, nice.
Did it take 30 minutes like you thought?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, pretty much on the dot. He's very accurate there.
Wow.
It's been under the hood once or twice.
It's not that bad. The worst part by far is the lidocaine shots in the balls. After that, it's smooth sailing.
Okay.
Unless your doctor sucks, in which case I'm sorry, but my guy did a stand-up job. But he was not one for conversation during. Don't know why.
I don't think
questions while he was doing it.
I don't think I want my doctor conversing during that.
I was like, all right. So I took the Valium was optional, and I was like, obviously I'm going to do that. I'm not doing this sober. Are you out of your mind? And so I was like, Doc, how many people opt for the Valium versus not? And he's like, about 50-50. I'm like, that's a lot more than I expected, because I ain't doing this cognizant.
Not,
it was a time. It was a day.
Yeah.
But it's over with now, and I can
get ice cream afterward.
I don't even remember.
Man, it's like a perfect time to be like, babe, I need ice cream.
I think I got some gummy bears.
That's good enough.
And a Monster, which was enough for me.
It was better than you.
That works. But just spent the weekend watching YouTube and icing my manhood, you know.
Wonderful.
But side note, okay. YouTube was like, try YouTube Premium for 2 months free. I was like, okay. And now I may never go back.
That's how they get you.
Dude, YouTube without ads is unbelievable. Like life-changing. Like my brain is so wired to expect the ads and stuff at this point that when they don't show up, I'm like, wait, they paused. Like there was
it's like the Pusher Man. The Pusher Man, the first hit's free, bro. First
Like,
eighth
I might
grade.
cancel my HBO subscription and switch it over to YouTube because I use YouTube way more, and this no ad thing is phenomenal. So I'm sold. I'm all about it.
All right.
It's completely unrelated. I'm sorry. That was a big tangent.
It's fine. That's what we're here
Proceed
for.
with the chlorophyll.
It's what we're here for. It's good. It's good. So Doc, what's new, man?
And I mean, well,
On what timeline?
yeah, what timeline?
What's recently new to you that you're like, I just got back from?
I wish. I mean, I guess personally, my wife and I are expecting our firstborn in August, which is great. The only bad thing is that, unfortunately, Daytona is a no-go this year for me, which is really sad.
They have a hospital there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Actually, my funny, real quick story on that. My former boss, who's also a veterinarian, her husband and her, bred and sold snakes professionally for a long time, and they recently got back into it again for about 2-3 years ago. They actually were the first ones to develop the tessera gene in a corn snake. It was a really big corn snake people. So she's a vet, and they were at Daytona back, I think, in the early 2000s, and she went into labor during Daytona, and they had to fly back to Texas or Louisiana or whatever to get back to the hospital. I was like, holy shit.
Wait, so she flew in labor?
No, they drove.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That was anyway, that's a side story. But when you said labor, Daytona.
Did they name the baby Wayne?
Wait.
Oh my God.
Negative. But yeah, so unfortunately can't be there this year, but I'll probably be sending people over there with some cash for some rosies again, like I usually get from Craig. But I'm not kind of moved things around here a little bit since it became a reality that this is happening. Got rid of a few colubras that just really weren't piquing my interest as much anymore. But I mean, also
you're having yet
a boy, yeah,
nice.
A boy.
Nice.
So yeah, we moved some things on. I mean, I still have a decent amount of animals without a doubt. But just with, obviously colubrids, which I do love, they're just a little higher maintenance, just constantly cleaning up shit and forward flies and management and all that stuff. So, yeah, they gotten more into, I guess, the four-legged critters. Really around a year ago is when it started, when we kind of went in on a group with some really good friends. I've really developed a good friend group down here. So
cool.
We went in, me, a veterinary friend, and Zach Goodnow, Equatoria.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely
went in this group of Gilas.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Some of them were.
Dude, he's so modest. It's just this group of Gilas.
Four-legged. It took a lot. It took a lot of convincing from the wife end, but
the Gila's gonna steal the baby's breath.
Right. But yeah, I got to get a lock on. There's locks in the cages. I got to get a lock on the door now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went Doc Seward lines, and then pro breeders, the Utah Bandits.
Hell yeah.
Really, really pink, nice animal.
Cinctus.
Yes, exactly. So that kind of started it. That was right around a year ago, and then I don't know, man. It just then I ended up getting Carusia, so the monkey tail skins, and that was with the help of Cole, who you guys know.
Yeah.
C3.
How far is he from you?
Cole is right outside New Orleans. He's only 45 minutes from me.
Oh, nice.
But I see him occasionally. Sometimes, I'll be down there and we'll get a drink on the weekend, or he'll be up here. But yeah, I see him.
They're such good people, man.
Huh?
They're such good people.
Yeah.
Yes,
they are.
Yes, they are. Cole and Alyssa, really good people. We went to Nashville. I met up with them in Nashville a few months ago for that show. But yeah, so that we got the Carusia, and then some tortoises too. I mean, I haven't really converted over like turtles yet, but which I do love. Like aquatics is just, that's a whole nother ball game, whole nother level of care. And granted, with like my schedule, it just, that's why I love snakes. Just and Loafman talks about this all the time. It just fits the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, you know what? I will stop with the before I get into the tortoises. I did get some chuckwallows as well.
Yeah, some of those too. That's cool.
Awesome.
During that time,
They captive or wild or?
yeah. Well, so one, yeah. So the San Esteban Island, which is very, very rare, and the biggest one is captive bred.
Okay.
And then the southeast chucks are most likely wild.
Yeah.
They were at a show.
Yeah.
But they're all doing fine.
Good.
So that's good. And then and then like the tortoises, I've had a sulcata for years. I actually got it when I was living, Smitty, kind of out by you. That was back in 22 it's when I was living in Georgia, but we live right in the Savannah area. So I was out in Clemson, and that was it Greenville Grenville, whatever you want to say. You're from Carolina.
Greenville.
Yeah. There was a show out there, and ended up just randomly stopping in and got it there. So just a sulcata, just simply pet. But recently got handed down, gifted a pair of Burmese stars from a friend here.
Blacks, browns,
radiata, so pancakes. So I've expanded a bit away from snakes. I mean, snakes still, are my thing, but I like, what I like about turtles and tortoises though is just there's just so much going on from like a conservation perspective, like with TTPG and like gifting and like you're just like there's less of a money incentive, I feel. Although people still do, don't get me wrong. People still
it's big money.
Everyone's kind of on the same page. It's much more.
But it's I really like that part of it, and I like the crowd so far. So, but again, there's good and bad people.
It's very organized.
Yeah, it is, and that's why a good. I got that book. Speaking about, you guys were talking about the pirate book earlier. The great book that came out 2 years ago. I got it. I actually hit up Russ Gurley for it. Is that the book that he came out with turtle preservation and captive care with Anthony, and that book is phenomenal. I mean, I wish a snake book could be that comprehensive and good. I mean, even if you're not a turtle person, you should get it. You will learn a lot. You could apply, there's principles in there that you could apply towards snakes. I highly recommend that book.
I do love Russ's stuff because it is also laymanized to a certain extent. Like it's not unreadable science jargon,
Yes, it is simplified and easy to read. And I just love the format, the natural history, and it goes into like the species accounts and breaks down how they're different and how they thrive and what captive care they need and the breeding. And it's so well done. It's really like, now that I think about it, it's kind of like, it's a more developed equivalent to like the old 1980s book with, was it Doc Ross?
The
boa. Yeah, that's kind of like it, but it's more developed now because that book is somewhat outdated with the like how to build an incubator and all this stuff in there, but there's still really good information. I still reference that book quite a bit, but there was a lot of unknown at that time about certain species, which they've kind of figured out more now. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Is your Karusha friendly or no?
Some are, they all are a little cage
testy.
Aggressive. So when you go in, but there's one who's a little feisty, but the rest, once I get them out, they're cool. They're really they're hard though to, I always have to wear a glove just because their claws are so sharp. But they're chill. Like I'll, I'll go outside and it'll be hot out, and I'll just put the umbrella up kind of by the pool, and then they'll just literally sit flat on the chair for like an hour, just chilling,
Just hanging
as
out.
long as they have some
Nice.
shade and then they get that indirect heat, they're
Mhm.
fine. Now, the moment the sun is hitting them, within 10 minutes they're moving because obviously
Yeah.
they're thermal regulating, but I really enjoy them. They're a little more higher, maintenance. You got to feed them more than a snake.
Mhm.
They're personable to a point. Some prefer getting, hand fed over others, but I really do enjoy them. Like I said, I just love the diversity in this small room I have. But
It's awesome.
I think
they're
when
one of my favorites. Again,
When
something
we had-
about four-legged animals are just
Yeah. I remember when we had Cole on. I think we've had him on at least twice at this point, but that was one of the big chunks of one of the episodes we did with him was talking about those and just his experience with them, and hearing just how the groups sort of operate and his experience with them and stuff is really neat. And it's interesting to see that those have kind of gotten the following they have over the last couple of years, especially. It seems like there's
and the thing is
in them.
that the Solomon, they're hard to come by because Solomon Islands, cut off the exportation of them quite a few years
Oh,
back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now really you've only have to get either the
Mhm.
ones that were wild caught that are now in captivity, long-term captives, or captive bred ones, which they will, breed in captivity. They just are, they cost quite a bit of money, but they are they're special animals. I learned a lot through Cole.
Mhm.
I went before I even got them. I went to his house and I learned about how he sets them up and his enclosures, and I kind of tried to replicate that as much as I could using my space. But those grow tents, there's one in the background here.
Yeah.
But those have just been really phenomenal for me. I keep them in there. At least I just upgraded one because it was a little too small, but really, if you have a pair, at least like 60 inches high and then a couple feet, 2 to 4 feet wide, just depending on how many you have in there. But they make these like little like ventilation units too that you could put in, so there is airflow. And I have a fan at the outside. There's like a mesh screen that I have a fan, small little fan blowing air. So
Okay, yeah, like moving it.
because again, like you don't have ventilation, especially in a high humid. They like humidity.
Mhm.
That's going to kill. So
Yeah.
you get some respiratory
Do
infections.
you ever have any issues with those getting too warm?
No,
Like, is it harder to maintain the grow tents as far as temperatures go? Because I know Billy Hunt's been using them for a lot of his stuff. Sky's been using them for monitors and whatnot. And that was every time I think about using them, I just wonder if it's kind of harder to keep it cooler than it is to heat it up. Like, is it,
okay, so my thing with these is I give them UV, but the room gets like to the low 80s, so I don't even provide them with like a heat bulb because it's already getting warm in here.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't like it that hot. So, but yeah, I know with people that do keep monitors, I could see that being a problem.
Yeah.
Is it cooking? You would need probably a low wattage bulb
Mhm. or
because
just rock some LEDs or something?
exactly, because I just have UVB in here and they're nocturnal anyway. So like sometimes I do see them under the UVB, but a lot of times they're sleeping in the
Yeah.
court park. And they come out at night, but yeah, they're very, very interesting creatures. But once you got their habits down, they're easy. They're not, just you gotta spend time with them. So
Excellent.
Yeah, man, Cole and the stuff he's working on. Like I am always impressed with just the level of commitment, I guess is the word for it. But like
Dedication.
when he does, like with the spinulosis and stuff, like when he does something with a species, he's like doing it 100%. He's not, half-assed.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work. He's like, he's in it, man. He's
yeah, that's kind of we've spoken like how we're both not half-ass. We go in and we joke kind of because he's from Oklahoma. That's where I went to school. I'm not from there originally, but there's just something in the water up there. I don't know, man. We both really try to maximize our care as much as possible. And but yeah, he, the thing with Cole is he has a lot of wild caught stuff. So difficult to establish species, number one, and two, once you get them established, that's great. Now you got to try and breed them.
Right.
So, and there's not a lot of, there's anecdotal data. There may be a handful of people that do breed them, but that's kind of hard to figure out when the literature isn't that good. It's not like a corn snake. So, but yeah, no, I give him a lot of credit. He's got a lot of cool stuff.
He's a man of taste.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That enclosure with those skinks is it's too cool, man. With the leaf litter and them coming out and hand feeding and so cool. So cool.
Yeah. No, and he's got quite a little colony.
Army. Yeah.
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 But it's good to have guys like that who are really, putting in that 100%. Because I think of Chaz at More Than Morelia, who's breeding the snot out of Jansenii now. Like he's got Jansenii dialed in, man. He's cranking out babies like crazy now, and that's always historically been a species that people have just struggled with, and it's not necessarily the breeding part; it's just getting eggs to hatch that's been the most challenging aspect of them. And he's knocking it out of the park, and we need guys like that so that species becomes more established. Wild caught stuff becomes less of a necessity, and more people can get their hands on it and make that species more available for people that are really wanting to get into them but don't want to deal with imports that are notorious for having a lot of problems coming in.
And you're going to fail too. I mean, especially the wild caught establishing, but you got to learn from your failures as well. So I mean, I especially as more and more as the regs get stricter, there will be less coming in. I don't know when, but I just feel you're seeing it throughout the past decade. They're starting to really make things more difficult, and it's gonna we're gonna just have to deal with what we have and accept it. And you know what? I've said this before to a few people. If some species can't be established, that's okay. Probably wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a hero for everything. I think that, we got to put the egos aside. Some species just never meant to be in captivity, and that's perfectly fine. Now, that being said, if they're truly becoming endangered and on the verge of extinction because of habitat degradation, disease, X, Y, and Z, yes, there is a need to help try to establish them, which is usually though where zoos come in. They're going to go with the zoo or on the ground efforts in the country of need to protect these species. But unfortunately, some stuff just is not going to establish.
Yeah, it's frustrating though because you have ESA listed stuff. So
oh god, yeah,
ornamentals like Bacillotharia, tarantulas.
Well, that's the regular
example.
Yo,
those are ESA, but they're not endangered, and almost there's a couple of species I think they're planning to be extinct within however many years. And it's not from the pet industry, it's not from poaching, it's literally habitat destruction. So it's why
that's the main. That's and
it's not even relevant to what the problem is.
Yeah, and the biggest cause of it is habitat destruction. And there, yes, the pet industry, there is a certain percentage over collecting, and smuggling too. I mean, we don't even we just forget about it, but smuggling happens all the time still. It used to be a big thing, in the 90s when, in the 80s and 90s, but it still happens today, especially the turtles and tortoises like we were talking about earlier. I mean, that's
crazy to me. The amount of turtles that get smuggled out of the southeastern United States.
That's why South Carolina got the native regulations we have now. Is because South Carolina, and I think Charleston in particular, was such a big hub for smuggling turtles out, that the reason we even have regulations on native herps now and how many of what you can have and size limitations and things like that is because the smuggling problem in South Carolina was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is too, it's that, and then we, being a vet, obviously have to bring up diseases. When you start degrading habitats, when you start fragmenting them, you're going to start, these and diseases are never going to somehow spill over. And then you have that aspect. So that really could take out, look at these amphibians in all over the globe now. I mean, chytrid, chytrid is horrible. It's unfortunate, and it's sad. Just some of the ESA stuff is, doesn't really make sense. But I can't do anything.
A lot of them are also so late to the game to even get listed.
Yeah.
Like, why are we worrying about this now, like 20 years after the fact that smuggling, like they're being bred now in enough numbers in captivity? Like, why are you just now putting them on ESA when that hasn't been an issue for decades? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Florida reef geckos. Last year they made them protected state level, but you bulldozed
Right.
all the habitat 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And you every time you let sea grape dwell and thrive where more geckos would come in, or mangrove estuaries where more geckos would come in, what do? You bulldoze it and make a new house. Oh, this house was
Stucco
built,
condoms, man.
Yeah,
Condominiums.
Yeah, this house was built 30 years ago. So now that everything's built back up and there's more geckos showing up, just bulldoze it again. Let's make something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see the
sad.
benefit. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's sad. And then, I mean,
fucking pickleball.
But I mean, if you have an interest in, yeah, exactly. If you have some sort of interest in an animal that's still coming in and it's still affordable, probably get it, because there'll be a point where it's not. And that always happens. They stop the imports, the price checks up.
Yeah.
And so be it. So
that's it. And you look at something like my stilettos that I no one's got them and no one's gonna get them, and it's not because they're protected, it's because nobody wants to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I'm at a point now where maybe in the next couple of years I'm gonna have to start reaching out to people overseas if I really want to start another project, because just the importers aren't bringing them in because the field collectors don't want to deal with it. So
yeah.
Can't blame them.
Can't blame them. You know what? Fuck that. I can't blame them.
Yeah. No, I get it. Talking about projects and stuff, I guess with imports, I don't have too many wild caughts, to be honest. But the one that I really have, I guess it started probably a year and a half ago, that now I have a decent sized group, is the Loxoscemus bicolor Mexican burrowing pythons. Justin, Smitty, I just going to call you Justin because it's easier, but you would like them a lot because they are similar. They're like a more active sand boa that does get above the surface during at night. They're nocturnal, but they, for the most part, they are subterranean, but they are really, especially after their stuff, they're phenomenal. I mean, I've been really stocking up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I think there's a lot of potential in them. They take forever to mature, but they're feeding machines. I mean, literally, they get off the plane, I will pick them up and I'll feed them that day and they'll eat.
Yeah. Excellent.
They are, and they'll eat and shed.
And they only get like 3 foot, right?
Yeah, they don't.
I don't think I've ever seen
a little bigger. Like they could get like 4, but they're not giant. They don't musk. That's another thing I don't like. That's why I kind of got rid of the rat snakes. Some just the Transpagos into them, but like the great rats, and just you picking them shit all over the place. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
No offense, Jake. But I still love Apalachicolas though.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, getting back to Loxoscemus. So yeah, they're so easy. I've made some mistakes, so getting that, again, learning from failures, and I don't mind talking about that too. But I did have one where before I started them, they bottom line, they do well in reptichip. I felt like that's the best substrate for them.
And you're just doing straight reptichip, no like sublayer.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm. You missed it every few days. Water bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I put a hide in there before I don't see them in the hide. They just use you got to put a couple inches of the reptile chip in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like a Sambo. Like you said, it's like a Sambo,
Mm-hmm.
but a little more active. And Sambo can be a little twitchy. They can bite, especially Conicus. Smitty, you'd know. But these guys are great. And then, but yeah, getting back to a failure, I had one. I had just the habitat way too moist with a cypress mulch, and it ended up developing blisters, and treated it with systemic antibiotics and didn't make it. And I was beside myself. I was really mad.
Yeah.
And I learned from it. Again, learn from your failures.
Yeah.
I changed some things up, and now that the rest of the group is doing fine. But I was experimenting early on, like because people were using cypress and reptile chip. There was just so much out there, cocoa, choir, but you live and learn. So you could still use cypress, just don't get it as damp as I did.
Do you think it was the blisters and such is because it was dry on top and wet on the bottom? Or do you think it was just overall just too humid?
I think it was over. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So then I ended up changing, and again, I had others on cypress, but it just wasn't as damp. And that room specifically, I didn't have enough ventilation in either. So there was a few things that needed to be adjusted, but
Sure.
After that, thankfully I don't have, I do have a lot of animals, but I don't have a high mortality rate.
That's good.
Because
Yeah.
I just being a vet, I catch things somewhat early. I usually could tell when something's going on. Granted too, if an animal isn't doing well, or I don't think it's going to make it, I will euthanize. I don't like letting them die.
Yeah.
On their own, but I know that most people do that. It's fine. I just don't like, if something's suffering, I know it's not going to make it, then see you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're great. I know I've listened to some podcasts with some pretty big breeders getting into them as well. I know, there's a few guys in Texas and California. It sounds like they're.
What's the natural habitat like?
So
That's what I'm looking up right now.
you'll find them on the Pacific side from Mexico all the way down to northwest, not east, northwest Costa Rica.
Okay.
So they go down from Mexico, like mid-central Mexico, but they're almost all the records are on the Pacific side.
So South Sonoran, not deserty or steppeland, more foresty, more tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you'll find, I've looked at a lot of INAT records. They're called, the species is bicolor, which means two colors. So the top is, that darker purplish iridescent. If you take it in a sun, it's going to shine like a sunbeam snake. And then, but the bottom is kind of white. However, there are on iNaturalist, and I've seen some in captivity, with some have a little more yellow tinge on the ventrum, and in some, especially in Mexico in the Oaxaca area, I've seen some that look like pretty melanistic, at least from those photos. But I haven't seen those in the trade, although I'm sure someone has them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very, very cool.
They seem like a rewarding species.
Handleable. Like I said, they don't musk, they don't bite. They are a little, especially coming fresh out of the wild, they are a little
spastic.
Exactly. That's a great word.
Yeah.
There you go, Justin. That's good. Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Mm-hmm. So, but
for those listening on your commute, we're looking at a map of Mexico and Central America, and basically from mainland Mexico, south of the Baja Peninsula, the entire coast, all the way down into middle Central America.
Pacific Coast.
side. Pacific
Yeah.
side.
Mhm.
Yes.
Gulf of America side. Oh wait, no.
That's That's the Caribbean Sea. But that in in that area of Costa Rica too, that kind of becomes like the dry forest in the northwest. So yeah, they're pretty. Seems like they're pretty abundant based on the INAT records, and also that's why they're coming in. I mean, they're all coming in through Nicaragua. That's the main exporter in Central America. All the other countries really don't do that. But yeah, no, they're good. I recommend them if you. In fact, Underground just listed a few today. I got their email. I don't really need any more for now, but they were on there. Actually, my original pair came, and which are still doing well a year and a half later, came from Underground. That was the one and only purchase I ever made through them, and
Nice.
They came in great shape, and
Excellent.
I didn't have any issues.
That's awesome, man. That's always good when pieces fall together.
Yeah.
Are they actual like constrictors? Do they wrap, or do they just overpower kind of like a Crebo?
I've never fed live to them, but I could say that at least in when I
feed or
no, I just drop feed.
Oh,
but
nice.
Sometimes they will. I drop feed almost everything, but sometimes they will, like the ones that are very hungry. They'll just wait for you to open the cage, and they'll stick their little snouts up. There you go. That's a great photo.
So cool.
They'll just stick their snouts up and just take it right off their tongues, and maybe do a little, maybe a third of their body does a little twist, constrict in, but that's really it. Not like a boa.
Okay.
Where it's whole or a colubrid.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so bizarre.
They're very weird taxonomically too. They're
Dude, it's just a Central American water python.
Yeah.
Well, Wikipedia said they're basically their closest relatives are sunbeam snakes and true pythons.
Mhm.
Which is like, could those things be any further apart? I don't. It's
exactly. Yeah, that's kind of been my project over the past year and a half. I have a good inventory now for them, so I'm not.
Oh, look at the spots.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is that's so variable. Some have these, it's like a pied look to them.
yeah.
It's like this amelanistic.
Individual scale pieballism.
Yeah, there's a dark one, Justin. You see that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really pretty.
That one looks a little more melanistic because you could tell, usually the scales, by the lips. You see below the eye, you see those scales.
Yeah.
They're usually and just all down laterally on the side. That's usually where the white is. So if you go back to the other image,
it's like a lateral labial.
Yes, the labial scales. That's correct. Yeah. So you see the other ones, how there's color there. That's why I'm thinking there's a few melanistic ones.
Wow. Dude, that's a pretty thick one, man. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So
probably a female.
It's just you took
and do that maroon one
and a sunbeam and some other just bizarre stuff and just slap them together.
Bro, if that was an African, it would kill you.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Dude, look at that. It's so stiletto.
The head scalation is so bizarre too.
Yeah, that one giant
large scale. Yeah, dude, it's just.
And then we keep seeing that one rostral. Is it one single shielded rostral, or is it? Oh, dude, that's piebald. Look at that.
Yeah, you see, and I have some that have quite a bit of that. Others, it's reduced.
Almost like a calico in Epicrates.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a perfect example.
Yeah, dude, it's Epicrates calico.
So they are very underrated. They are still coming in now. So if people have interest, I would get them because they hadn't come in for quite a few years. I think you know where they're really big because I pulled up the CITES. Sometimes I'll just look at CITES. I'll see where things are going if they're listed. I'm always curious what countries are interested in what animals.
Yeah,
a lot of them go to Japan.
Yeah,
a lot have gone to Japan. We get some too, but a lot will go to Japan. So
Well, I remember there was a period a couple years ago where, like, for some reason, there was a big demand for them, and they were like crazy expensive.
They were nuts.
Yeah, and then they kind of just disappeared. Like everyone just kind of gave up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that one's
Little beef jerky.
yeah, that one's a little crispy. It was just very strange because it was a very short burst of like everyone wanted them all of a sudden, and then no one talked about them again.
Yeah, so I wish I had the link. I have it on my other computer, but the Stogies does have this information available, and it was a few years ago. Not many came in, and then they came in higher amounts. They're all coming in from legally, at least coming in from Nicaragua.
Smitty, can you go back? There was one that looked like it was either eating something that was white or it was white. Go up a little. Keep going. Yeah, right there. What's that?
Where? Right
Down
here?
one? Yep. What's that?
It's just flipped
I think
over
just a
halfway.
pasta.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Wow.
It's like a
They're
giant
so
earth
muscular.
snake.
Yeah, exactly. So muscular.
Anyway, Smitty, if you see some at Daytona, you might want to get one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an adult one in person.
Yeah, they come in. It depends on the shipment they come in. Last year they were kind of small. This year I've noticed that they were a little larger. See how that one's a little more yellowish though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are just bizarre, dude.
Very cool.
I mean, they're Dirt Snake Mafia, man. I love it.
That's what I do like the dirt snakes.
That's it, bro.
Like Mark O'Shea. I love that episode that you guys did years ago.
Thanks, man.
I think that was you and Nipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough to get in on that one.
Oh.
Okay,
Dude,
so
look at
you
the
see that
snakes.
you see the snout there. So that's one thing with them is you do have to watch, especially when they're fresh imports, is the ventilation holes. They will just constantly stick little snouts through, and that'll cause some abrasions on their snout, which inevitably doesn't feel good. You don't want it to abscess or anything. So you can still have ventilation. Obviously, you should, but make sure the holes aren't too big. I've had to change some out and put them into different, actually just racks with minimal ventilation holes because I didn't want them to mess up their snouts. Some will be fine. It just depends on the individual. That's a great shot.
Oh my god, dude! I love this maroon coloration.
Yeah, so there you go, and you can see that iridescent on them. And the fantastic thing is because sunbeam snakes people have them, but they can be rather difficult to establish because their diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but these guys are fiends. I mean, I feed them really anything I got that fits in their mouth, but mainly mice and rats. I keep ASFs, which are great.
Yeah.
Easy to
now that's a great thing for my next question. I was going to ask you, especially with the ASFs, are you noticing a lot of fur in the feces, or they just digest everything?
Seem to digest everything. Yeah, I'm not noticing like you would notice that like in a colubrid, like in a pituophis, you might notice that more. But I have not seen much.
Yeah, I just know like a lot of these like subtropical and tropical snakes that aren't typically eating rodents, when they get a heavy rodent diet, it's just all that fur just doesn't get processed. Oh, dude, that snake is so freaking cool, man.
So there you go. That's an example
I
of
see
like
that.
a piebald / like I would call that,
Yeah.
that melanistic looking one. That's gorgeous. I wish someone has that in captivity in the U.S. Please let me know. I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean, compared to that uber yellow one I just showed you, like I think there's a very solid argument that is a melanism or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But no one's really doing much work on them, and they do. Thing is, like I said, there's like some reports they take like 8 to 10 years to mature for the females. So
Wow,
that's a long time. That's almost like a tortoise, or a turtle to mature. So anyway,
the head reminds me of a hedgehog. I've been trying to put my finger on it. And
It
that
just
face
it kind of
100%
looks, doesn't it kind
is
of
a
look like a
hedgehog.
rhino without the snout, about that head?
Yeah, like if a rhino and a conacus had a baby.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
rhino with no neck.
Yeah.
Like, do you know like what elevation they're living at? Is like,
what a
are they
great shot.
basically damn near Montane, and that's why they're taking so long to?
I don't think they're
stir?
super high. I don't think they go up to like, you know, like 8,000 feet. Plus.
Right.
I'm not sure they're cut off, to be honest. It's not ridiculously high. You could find them over a mile up, like, you know, like around like the Guadalajara area and stuff, where like the World Cup is now. I don't know about you guys, but I look at where these places are in Mexico in the World Cup. I'm looking at it on like the banners, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so envious of these people right now. There's great herps right down the road from this place. I'm just like nerding out the whole time. I love it.
Nice.
I mean, if you look at this map, they're not really in like the mountains.
No, yeah,
they're in
they don't go terribly high.
Huh.
So anyway, they're cool.
Very cool, man. Super cool.
Yeah.
Jake got him some rosy bows recently.
Oh yeah, did he?
And I'd be lying if I didn't look at.
I remember him talking to me about him, saying that, you know, I think because they would bite too much or something. He said, I'm trying to remember, but he was hesitant on getting started on some new projects. This was last year, so obviously things have changed. Do you know what locality he has?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I know he has a pair of them, and they're freaking gorgeous. But
that's awesome.
I have PTSD from one I had as a kid. That was just the fucking bitiest little angriest fucking snake, dude. Like,
yeah, some could be vicious. Some, I mean, if you handle them early though, which I don't for all mine, but.
And Doc, you got Lucy's?
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
So anyway, yeah, they're. I mean, there's always a good market for them. You can nerd out on localities. You can nerd out on morphs with them. The rosy boa crowd is very like locality centric, which is nice. So I'm always for that.
Do you still have your Andeans?
I do. I just actually listed one the other day, and it sold within like 24 hours. Just because I was male heavy. I was from 24, but I've got 2.3. So they're good. They're really good. That's another kind of project I've really gotten into the past few years, is not just the Andeans, but the Latin milks. I really have nerded out on those too. I love them. They eat very, very well. They're a little squirmy.
Yeah.
But they're not like, for example, a Pueblan milk would be a Latin milk, which I don't have. There are some really nice pure Pueblans out there. They're harder to find, but there are some people that work with them. But most of the Andeans, and then I also have the Ecuadorians or the South American milks, the Micropolis. Those are great too. They get big. I mean, those things could be pushing 6 feet, but they don't musk. Like they're really chill. Once you get them out of the cage for like a minute or two, they'll calm down. Really not nippy either. I've super easy, really good success with them. I paired my Ecuadorians or South Americans, whatever you want to call them, together this year. The female does look a little gravid. We'll see. I don't know, but should be getting a few more later this year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my Andeans have always been a little squirrely, like
a little squirmy,
snake squirmy, you know. And I pulled one out yesterday because it was kind of just hanging out, and I was surprised at how they've gotten a little size to them now. So
I know, yeah, you don't take them
out by itself. Like it was weird because I'm used to milks just always like never really chilling out, you know. And I've had some Hondos and stuff, you know, over the years, and so my scope is limited. But I'm just so used to like squirmy milks. you know. But then I pulled this one out, and it was kind of just like hanging out, you know. It wasn't freaking out, and wasn't. You know,
Yeah, I feel like that comes
everywhere.
kind of with maturity too, with them. You know, especially the little ones, and this goes for a lot of species, will tend to spaz out a little more. But yeah, you know, because they hide a lot and they are somewhat like nocturnal. So I won't always see them. I'll check on them like before I'll feed them just so I don't drop feed something and to it like an animal and shed, and then I come back 2 days later and shit all over the place, forward flies and all that stuff. So, but yeah, sometimes I'll check and be like, well, I haven't seen you in like a month, and I was like, dang, you've gotten big, and they grow. Like I said, they get thick. But yeah, I've gotten those, and then just you could nerd out with from South Texas all the way down to this. Ecuadorians would be the most further south they go for like the true Latin milks. And they're really cool. Talk about locality. That shit. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's a deep rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, so I've gotten quite a few different species of those now.
My late mentor had what he called polyandians. I don't know what that would have meant, but they were tricolors that had the black T on the face going down the nose, and they were all of 6 foot. They were huge. Wow. And they were massive. And I've been trying to find out what they were all these years. I'd never figured it out. So and I didn't know if
crosses with blacks or something.
Well, I feel like they were blacks, but wherever they came from, they didn't turn black. Like that's what it felt like.
So no, the thing is, because like there is like Lamprepeltis polyzona, which is like, you know, further north in the in Mexico, you'll get Lamprepeltis polyzona. But again, the taxonomy gets very hairy with these guys.
This was like 20 years ago, you know.
Yeah, and I'm wondering but they shouldn't have been like quote unquote hybridized then. Those probably
they were tricolors that had a little black flecking to them. They had that bright black T, almost like a Crusader helmet. And I held them, man. They're taller than me. I'm 5'6".
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, that's what I'm saying is that they get big.
That's why I like the Andeans though, is they keep those colors, but they just kind of look dirtier as they get older. I don't know. There's something about that sort of.
Yeah, and then you get the black. Like some people like the black milks, which look exactly like. I mean, they're basically the same taxonomically now. It depends who you want to believe, but so they because now I believe they're like Lamprepeltis geigae, but like the blacks look like Andeans until they mature or they go through the maturity process. It's a slow transition to a black color, like just like a giant Mexican black king. And there are a few people that work with some pretty unique localities of black milks out there. There's one, it's like La Providencia, which is like initially like the Costa Rican locality. There's another one from the rarest one is from Miramar, Costa Rica, which actually it's highly sought after. I almost bought, someone here in my state had them, and I was tempted, and I was like, I can't. I just can't be blowing money like this. But they're cool because they retain some of that coloration, so you don't turn like jet black. So they're pretty high, actually they're very highly sought after. And then there's one, I think it's Limon is another one. That's the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. So there's a few localities out there that people work with, and I don't have the blacks. I do plan on getting some. I feel like more people, like we all do, we like the rare shit. I feel like less people work with Andeans and South Americans, especially than blacks.
For
but
sure.
Nothing wrong with blacks. I do want to get some nice locality blacks. The Providencia ones, especially, that's higher elevation. That's got to be like between 8 to 10,000 feet up there. I was right in that area in December, doing a little herping, mainly bird watching. That's really like close to where people go to for the quetzals. The resplendent quetzal, the massive tail and everything. So we were up there.
You see condors when you were there?
Andean condors are in Andean condors I saw in Ecuador.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they go up that north.
Okay.
But yeah, Ecuador has the Andeans. Yes, that was really good. But yeah, the blacks are really cool. And then trying to think of what else I have right now for Latin milks. I'm looking. I have the Conants or Conanti. It's like from the kind of similar to where the Loxoscemuses are in Mexico. And then Jalisco milks, which are pretty close to like the Guadalajara area. Yeah, and then Yucatan milks, Blanchardii. I got a bunch of random shit, man. It's ridiculous. I just nerd out on this locality stuff, and
it's cool.
Still have
I like stuff that eats too. So like, and gets a good size. Not giant. I don't like giant snakes, but like 6 feet.
No. Manageable,
exactly.
You still doing Sandbo stuff?
Oh yeah. Not really Kenyans. They're too morphy for me.
Yeah.
I do have Kenyans though. I was given some Kenyans by a friend of mine. Really nice Paradox Snow and Paradox albinos.
I'm still a sucker for just your run of the mill anery, man.
I had a few and I sold them because I just needed to make some space, and I knew that someone would benefit from their first time breeding project with them. Yeah. They were one of the first snakes I bred. So yes, the sand boas, I love the Indians. I have quite a few lines of Indians, working with the Sunset lines, and then they get better through each generation, they call it. So like some of the 6th generation Indian sand boas now are just insanely orange. I mean, it's gorgeous. Then there's a ghost line Indian, which is a little more muted coloration. And they're really cool. And then I have, do you know javelins? So Eric,
yeah, did you get that? Did you get that one at Daytona last year?
Story, yes. Yeah. Yes. So they're still doing well. So I have 2.2 of those. So in Daytona last year, it was like the end of the show, and I had been eyeing them for the weekend, and I was like, no one's gonna get these unless you're super into mode. Like no one. It's one of those, again, locality.
I remember seeing them and like doing a double take. Like, there's no way that's.
Yes.
Like, I was really surprised to see those, especially at the table that they were at, because it was very random. It
was a very random table. That was New Moon. So I went up to the guy, and they were expensive, and I negotiated down. And but one of them just looked weird. I was like, I don't even know if this is a javelin. Right. Like, I knew one was, but I was like, what the hell is this? So I sent you a message that day because you were there shopping last minute too. And you had picked up Conicus that day, I remember, because I sent you an Instagram message.
Yeah.
I remember the most random shit. But anyway, so I told you, I picked up the the Jaculus, Eric's
Mm-hmm.
Jaculus, the javelins. And I was like, something's off with this one though. Like it was like the male, and I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. So I sent my buddy Scott Miller. He's a very big Samboa guy.
The guy.
Yeah,
he's a guy.
Such a nice individual. He helped write that Samboa book, which is another plug for a very good book.
It's a phenomenal book.
Can be applied for a lot of different species. Is the Samboa book. And like, again, I'm not really into genetics and morphs, but they break it down very simply, Punnett squares, and they lay it out. They draw it, which I'm a visual guy, so I really do appreciate that. So anyway, I hit up Scott and I said, Scott, do you know what this is? Because like I don't think this is a javelin. And he's like, oh, it's an Egyptian. And I was like, oh, no shit. Like I have not ever seen Egyptian Samboas. I saw them actually, it's funny. I did see them a few months before Daytona. So if you look at the old taxonomy, you go on King Snake, you'll see Egyptian Samboa. That used to be a separate like subspecies of Kenyan. Now they're all Kenyans, but you will notice a distinct phenotypic difference between a traditional Kenyan, like from Kenya or Tanzania, versus an Egyptian Samboa from either like Somalia or Egypt or anywhere there. So it ended up being a male Egyptian Samboa, and I know absolutely wild caught without a doubt. But again, why I like boas and pythons is the suckers could go off feed for months and be fine and maintain a fantastic body condition score throughout the whole process. And I knew, especially being a male Samboa can be notorious no matter the species for going off feed for quite some time. I mean, the guy took about 3 months to actually start eating, but now he's eating like a champ. I'm kicking myself for not buying them. They were listed on Fauna a few months prior. That's when I actually first learned about them. And then they were gone, and I could never find the ad again. And I was pissed off because I'm like, Scott thankfully recently got a group. Someone gave, like, I think he bought a small group from a friend. So now he's working with them. So I'll inevitably get a female, but they're really cool. Phil, sorry, you're going to say something.
No, I was going to ask is, do you think that Dick, you said it took however many months to let him chill out. Was it intentional neglect so that he could be relaxed, or did you just change your feeding tactics?
No, I tried to feed him, a few weeks after he just kept refusing food.
Like that male Connicus that I had, it just got to the point where I just gave up. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, just like first live versus frozen thoughts. So I kept him in a small, really, it's like, I don't know if you guys know what micro isolators are. We use them a lot in lab animal medicine for mice. It's like the mice cages. I have quite a few of them because they were in bad shape. Work was going to dump them out. I said, no, you're not. I'm taking those because I love them because there's like filters on the top. So it's like great isolation tanks. So the flies can't get in. Anyway, they're good for smaller snakes, but they're good quarantine.
It's almost like a cheesecloth type thing.
Kind of. Yeah. Basically.
Like a thick cheesecloth.
Yeah. I just left him alone. And then finally, I mean, he started to eat more consistently. And then I started spraying. He's on like a mix of cypress and very basic, just cypress and topsoil. You could add a little sand in there too, but he just started eating about 3 months later. But then I started missing a little more. And then I then noticed he started really taking off. He was out and about all the time then in the cage. And I was like, all right, he's probably hungry too. So I started feeding him. And then I realized too, after misting, that's interesting. He was kind of triggered a little more with the misting. Let me go look up Egypt's precipitation records. And sure enough, the highest months of precipitation are January and February, which is kind of when he started really taking off. So that probably coincided with that.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's doing fine. Doing
hell yeah
all the time. So I don't over because the Samboas get thick. Like I have a Indian Sambo female. She's a little obese. I've had to really reduce her intake because I want her to lose a little bit
I feel
of
like
weight.
it's even harder to do with them because they're just built to run on absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So, and the bigger the feather snake, the more issues you're going to have with overall health, fertility, cardiovascular disease. The list goes on. So, yeah, the Samboas are really cool. And then, so I've gotten the one Egyptian. I have like a pair of morph Kenyans, the javelins, and then Scott. I was waiting on someone to get back to me, but they never did. But there's also the Tartar Sambo or the Eryx Tarticus. Now it's really like Miliaris, which again taxonomy. Scott just produced them, and I already landed 1.2 of those. Just God, I want them. I've been waiting like since last October.
I mean, he's probably like one of only probably less than 5 people that are even really producing them, if not the only guy.
I don't know anyone else with U.S. captive bred.
Because you pretty much just see Kenyans and Russians, and then every now and then, like Tonicus are kind of are now. I mean, well, not now, but are more regularly produced at this point. But like,
and I don't have them.
Pretty much just those 3.
I don't have them because a lot of people have them. I like them. They're really cool. They're really pretty. I'm gonna get them. I'll probably just get them from you, Smitty, whenever you start producing them. But I think they're gorgeous. Conicus just as vibrant.
There's just so much variation in them too.
There's a lot. There's a ton of variation. So, but yeah, the Tartars are really phenomenal looking. I don't know. I haven't owned them yet.
Do you have Russians?
No, I've been debating it. I actually just tell Rufus is about. Rufus Darden? He's like the Samboa guy. He's in Tennessee. He's like the only guy that has
sounds familiar.
Black Russian Samboas.
I think Chris Montross has some. I don't know if he's produced any yet.
Yeah, they're really cool. Rufus is the guy like behind that project that produces them. I just actually helped him. He's coming out with a little like really well-written guide on how to take care of the Russians. And I helped edit that for him a little bit. But
nice.
They sound, from what he said, they sound awesome from what I was reading. They're basically like almost like a rubber boa sand boa. Like they're a lot more active, especially like he's noticed like his observations. I don't know if it's in his terrarium or from anecdotal records, but even sometimes will climb. They can tolerate. You got to get them really cold, like a rubber boa, like to stimulate breeding. I think it was like 45 degrees, like really cold, to 50. But no, I will get them again. Freaking added to the list. But I just wait. At this point, it's like if I really want something, I'm going to jump in it. But I've noticed now something will come up eventually, and
a little more selective in your older years.
And I've been better about the patience thing. Initially, when I got back into it, I was a little more like go, but now it's chill. So.
That's what I have to tell myself at this point is just like, it's not going to be the last one of X, Y, or Z available. Like there's always going to be more. And if it's something that there isn't going to be any more available, I probably can't afford it anyways. So.
Exactly. It's not like Lonesome George, the Galapagos tortoise. Yeah. I mean, there are some extremely rare stuff that that will always have a high price point because they're hard to reproduce. And that's, you just have to accept it. But, I like those, they just can't believe they sold too. I saw them the other day on Morph Market, but the Madagascar ground boas.
Oh yeah.
Acanthropus madagascariensis. Those are freaking gorgeous, but you want to spend $12,000 on a proven pair, so be it. That's fine. Good for you. But I'm going to wait.
yeah, don't want them that bad.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
I talked about this last time, man. There's a limit, just this thing could freaking keel over tomorrow and you're out that much money. Yeah. Look, I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they're but god dang, that's just too much.
Meanwhile, we were just talking about stuff that doesn't eat. I got a Telescopus that hasn't eaten for me ever. And I was like, you know what? This is just like today, actually. I looked up pictures of when I got them.
Mhm.
I got him last July. So he's not eaten in almost a year.
How's
He's perfect. He's a flawless specimen.
I will say, I mean, as terrible as it sounds, it's one of the reasons I really love Conicus is like, if they don't eat. Like I'm not losing sleep over it, especially after that male going 2 years without eating. I'm like,
your male did?
Yeah,
that's impressive because that's like
for 2 years.
That's why I fucking love the rubber boas.
I love them too.
Rubber boas are like that too. They're seasonal feeders, and I love the rosies because of that. I love just it for me as a busy guy professionally, and in personal life, it just takes now. This is why, and Loafman will hear this and be like, "Don't talk shit on colubers," because I have plenty of colubers. But this is why with the colubers, if you will notice a substantial change in body condition score if they don't eat for 2 months. I had that with the green rat I have, Senecolis. He was eating fine and then went off feed for almost like 4 months. I thought he was going to die. I corrected it. He's good. Yeah. But I was like, this is stressing me out.
Now, when you say you corrected it, did you assist or you just got him to do it?
I did both. Okay.
You incentivized.
Yeah, let's just say I use a couple veterinary drugs, which help stimulate some appetite, and then I change some things on the husbandry.
Okay.
I didn't think he was going to make it because his partner. Now that we changed something, so I'd gotten a few of them throughout the past few years, but the ratio was all out of whack. It was like
4.1.
3.1.
Oh yeah.
And the females, my initial group of 1.1 I got is just like fresh out of the egg, and I've noticed the males and the historical records with them too. The males can be rather difficult for whatever reason. I don't know why. Captive bred, and but I did get him started. They were hatchlings, and the female's just a fiend. She eats all the time. She's now about a year and a half.
Hell yeah.
Same with that first male. And then I got 2 more males that were about 3.5, 4 years old. And then this is the problem with them. They're such a high stress species.
Yeah.
One just really failed to thrive in my conditions, in my environment. The other one did well, and then he stopped for a while, and then I got him back. But, when you're dealing with adult animals, which are used to one certain environment, and you take them out of that and put them in another one, sometimes they, especially a Senecalis, which is just known to be very high stress rat snake,
everything's after
I think that snake ate once, and unfortunately that one I was hoping would make it, but that one didn't.
Yeah, so, it's a group I don't ever plan on dabbling in because everyone that I've
people
talked to
like them. They're
such a pain.
They are, and they're very hands. Like I am quick with mine. Like I just quickly open the tub. I'll look at him, make sure he's alive.
Right.
Put the food item and go. I don't handle them. They hate being held. At least the ones that I've had experience with. But from what I'm reading too, not many people have said they like being held. They're just too spastic, and they're very, very sensitive to stress. So when you're working with something like that, that's fine. I'm not going to touch you at all. You do your thing.
Yeah.
I'll touch you when I'm cleaning. I'll touch you, maybe take some photos when I'm cleaning, but I'm not going to handle you. I'll handle you maybe once a year, twice a year.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a full change.
Only on special occasions.
Yeah. So
it just makes you wonder how they survived in the wild if they're that sensitive. Like, how are they not extinct?
I think it's they have a chance to get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think this could change with their behaviors further down the line with more propagation and captivity. The further you get away from that, because these are F1s. Right. So I don't. But I mean, in the wild, you have all these hiding spots and crevices and everything else that but they're still a high stress animal. Living in the wild is not. It's not like it's not
Stress-free.
stressful. Stress drives you. So
The very thing that kills them is what's keeping them alive.
yeah.
Naturally.
But they are gorgeous. I just love the colors on them, and they are they're one of the least beginner, at least North American colubrids I could think of. I know there's plenty of colubrids that aren't beginner
Just
level.
a weird
North American.
sense.
Yeah, and I feel like we also put Senecolas on a pedestal, both as the field herping rarity as well as the difficulty of them in captivity because of certain key factors. But I also feel like we also hype them up because they're on a pedestal too. Does that make sense? Like they justifiably should be pedestalized, but we also elevate them probably more than we should, which doesn't make things easier.
It's they're just so pretty, and they attract the eye. They're kind of just like a tropical looking animal that we find just into the range of the United States. But with them, looks are deceiving for sure, because you'll be a very sad individual when you spend $1,000 and they don't make it. I still have one of those that I was talking earlier, the micro isolators. I still have them, the hatchling. Now they're juveniles, but in the micro isolators, because they do well on them. But the male specifically, I wrapped the entire cage, all four sides, with brown wrapping paper. And the funny thing is, I took that off about 3 months ago, and the sucker went off food for a month, and then I realized he was getting stressed out because he could see other snakes in here, and then I wrapped it again, and I went back. I was like, this son. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they are super sensitive, and they like a lot of cover in there. I got cork bark. They like all that fake green foliage, plants. I feel like I have it now dialed down better with them than initially, but boy, are they tricky, and there's not much published on them at all. The only so there's an old Vivarium magazine article, which I do have the actual original copy of the magazine with it. It's a little outdated about them, pretty outdated, but only really remember reading them about them in two books. Again, I'll keep bringing them books because I love books.
Weirdo.
Like we all do.
God, who likes books?
That's why this collection. I
fucking nerd.
I fucking love it. It's like it wastes more money that I don't need to spend. But
but you don't have to feed books.
Reference material is fantastic because then, hey, that's how you make these. That's how you, you know what? That's a return on my investment because I'm learning more about how to keep my animals alive. The super sensitive. But I've read about them in two books that I thought did a good job. I'm sure there's a few more, but it was Dusty Roads, the complete or the Subak book. There's a little chapter at the end of that, and then the Snakes of the U.S. and Canada. Loafman likes that book a lot. That one was good. It's actually written by, it's a veterinarian. The Snakes of the United States and Canada: Natural History and Care and Captivity by John and Roxanne Rossi, or I'm probably not saying the name correctly, or Rossi. They're veterinarians. I know I think he was in Jacksonville at one point. I'm not even sure if he's still practicing, but that's a great book. So anyway.
And Lisa is in the group chat, and she asked a while ago. I just realized.
I'm sorry, I haven't even checked the chats.
She says, "Hey guys, have you guys had a chance to see Dr. Messenger's new book? So good. It is the tome, and that book is incredible.
Might snag a copy if there's some at Daytona.
You got it, man. That book is it. If you're flying into Daytona, or you need to make sure there's extra weight.
Is that the Venomous Snakes of China book?
Yes.
Yeah, that's on my Christmas list.
Like
that's on the list for Santa. I already have my in-laws typically they'll always ask, all right, what do you want for Christmas here? I just oh, just give me some reptile books.
Yeah.
That's being sent to them.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see. I'm wondering because he came to my house at one point when he was just getting started on that, and it's been a couple years. And he took some pictures of some of the baby cyanea that I had hatched for that book. I don't know if he ended up using any
I
of them.
completely forgot. I will check when we're done with this show.
Because he came to the house and we had some out here on one of the small trees. He was taking some pictures of it and stuff, and he hung out for a bit, and it was cool. Met his dad. He was a nice guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Books. I love those books. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've got a book and I'm like, someone says to me, you're not going to actually read that. I'm like, you're right. I'm not going to read it. And like 10 years later, I'm referencing it,
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, a lot of these books, it depends. If it's like a complete natural history of one species, like a Gila monster, sometimes you could read it more like a novel, but a lot of them, it's not like I'm reading them cover to cover. I'm
using them in reference. Yeah,
exactly. So,
did you get Daniel Beck's Gila book?
Yes,
dude.
Talk about it. That was on the Christmas list last year.
And dude, that is such a good
book. That is fantastic.
And like, I'm not a beaded guy, but like some of the beaded pictures, like the diesel Guatemalan crazy tree lizards. Oh, that book's awesome.
If you want to see them in captivity, Phil, next time you're in Jersey or the New York area, go. They opened. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you went to the Bronx Zoo much as a kid, but that was
infrequently.
That was my spot because I was only like 45 minutes from it.
Oh, nice.
There, so but they recently reopened up it was called the World of Darkness. It had been closed since I don't know, like closed sometime I think between 2008 and 2010, and it had remained closed, and they just reopened it last summer.
Oh, nice.
I went in there, and they have a very nice Guatemalan beaded.
That's awesome.
And I was very happy. I actually didn't know they were gonna be. I was like, holy shit, gorgeous.
That's
one
cool,
of the rarest, lizards in Central America.
But that book is definitely, if anybody who keeps beadeds or Gilas, if you're a Gila person, Daniel Beck's book is awesome.
Yeah, it's like the Gila Bible.
Yeah, for sure.
Gila Dramatic Bible. So
yeah.
But yeah, and then someone mentioned, I saw in the chat, the rubbers.
Oh yeah.
We do keep quite a bit of those too. I'm hoping my female is gravid this year. It's been a work in progress with her. I added a little more, couple more animals late last year. I don't think my male was getting it done, unfortunately.
I think it's an age thing.
No,
okay.
I just think he's a shitty breeder.
Yeah.
They were proven, and then I got them years like in 22 from Jerry Hartley. He's a colubrid guy, but also historically was really into rosy boas and had some nice rubber boas. Really loves the California king snakes. He had a website for a while. It's called Pure Locality Herps, and now it's a group on Facebook. I'm hoping he brings a website back because I really enjoyed it. But I got them from him, and as proven pairs in 22, and then the male just really hasn't gotten it done. So I got a few more males. Zircle line, so now it's, I guess, not Pure Locality, and I'm not going to mark it as Pure Locality, but honestly, rubber boas, it doesn't really matter. People will take them, and I think the female's finally gravid because I introduced a few more males. So
nice, good.
The other ones are still growing out. I have quite a few of them, but they haven't hit maturity yet. So hopefully in a few.
I feel like that's a species where I've never kept them personally, but I feel like that's one of those species where male, like temperature, how do I phrase this? Coming into season, like temperature, gradual increase and gradual decrease is very, very important for male testicular development, like coming into season. Because I feel like you're not the first person to tell me that they've had like a male issue. And it's like, okay, well, next year I brought the male out. a month before the female, and it sparked something or in that regard. Obviously,
yeah. For this guy, I had done all that. I followed so many different recipes for quite a few years. I had gotten them cold, like in the mid 40s.
Wow.
Then I went even up to the high 50s, and then I know the female was ovulating because from what I reading the literature, I believe they're fall. They ovulate in the fall. They start. They start developing folliculogenesis in the fall. So, which is not ovulation at that point, but I could palpate follicles, and I'm like, all right, well, we're getting somewhere, and then never happened. And this was like 3 or 4 years now, just all varying brumation temps. And this year, I just stuck them in the garage like I usually do. And I said, it's going to get as cold as and it doesn't get brutally cold in South Louisiana, but we occasionally do have some freezes here and there periodically, not as often as probably you, Smitty, but it was I did see that I finally put in a couple of the Zirkel line males this year, and they were locked up, and she is bigger now, so fingers crossed. If not, all good. I got other stuff on my hands, so
still cool, man. Still cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the small boas. That's my thing.
I feel like specifically you and I, but I feel like we talked about this before, but you ever get into Baja rats?
Not into, they're really cool. You talking about Baja rat snake, so Bogertophus?
Yeah.
Rosalie, I think.
Yeah.
Got it. Not a lot of people work with them. I know there's a few guys out west. The two that come to mind are, I think, Paul Lynham and then a guy named Billy Hughes. They're both on Facebook. Okay. Billy and I think Paul. I know at least Billy posts like every year he's producing.
Oh wow!
Now they fetch a heavy price.
Yeah, they're pretty penny, man. They are.
Yeah. I just know I have again added to the list. I really need a building.
Don't we all, man?
At some point, because this is starting to really I don't know, become a thing for me. Like I just am really, and it's more than pure enjoyment now. Yeah. This is I see.
It's what we do, man.
I could see ahead and just and I don't usually say for a lot of things, but I could see myself really contributing something beneficial.
Sure.
Down the road. So, and I'm trying to figure out.
Great goal, man. Great goal.
I do like being a liaison though between vet med and the hobbyist side, because there are a few of us. There's not a lot, but it's important to just like everything, just trying to educate as much as possible, and also me learn. There's so much I don't know that I learn from podcasts, and I'll fact check too,
of course.
But or books and everything else. Just because I'm a vet, that doesn't mean I know everything or know it all. I know some of the medical side of a lot of stuff, but reptile medicine, half the shit we don't understand anyway.
Yeah, right.
Are you dabbling in your practice with more exotic stuff or no?
No. So I don't really work. What I do is my specialty is in laboratory animal medicine. So I don't really. That's what I used to do, is dog and cats, in a practice. And that sometimes we'd see exotics, but I would consider myself somewhat of an exotic animal vet now, because I am in laboratory animal medicine. We see a lot of different species from mice and rats to monkeys and everything else. But I've been doing more research though. I am in a good environment because it's not like people bring me animals, but working for a university, we could do a lot of collaboration, and I'll be actually talking about this more next week on Rob's podcast, but we did a collaborative effort. It was me, Loafman, Dr. Bogan at the Central Florida Zoo, and a lab out in California. It was just accepted for publication with crypto, Spiridium serpentis, and the cloacal microbiome in the zoo population, and then we sampled some wild snakes as well, or some head Head Started Snakes in Florida. So that was really fun to do that project. I went out to Liberty County and
Awesome.
caught a few indigos, and that was just amazing.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of like more the research is like that, on that end. In terms of like people bringing me their pets, like true clinical client owned animals. No, not really. Sometimes I'll do that on the side, but that's not like an everyday gig.
Now, aside from like special projects like the one you just mentioned, is there a fair bit of herpetofauna in laboratory type settings, or is it kind of few and far between?
No, not really. We are actually looking into doing one next. Like, I'm about to write a proposal for one.
Okay.
Soon, but it's a much more basic project than the one that we did with the indigos. But there are, really the driver of a lot of research, biomedical research with reptiles is venom.
Yeah.
The first drug that comes to mind is from my friends, the Gilas, is Ozempic. Look at what happened with Ozempic.
Yeah.
$1 billion drug. Initially that compound synthesized from Gilas, and then they took it and corrected it in the lab a little bit, but that's just a perfect example of how animals could help.
I remember them
human health, and then it becomes a big pharma, and then you can talk about that all you want. I'm just saying there's a lot of people benefiting from that drug, and that's just one of them. The statin class too. Look at venom. Another thing that people know is the statins. That class of drug, which helps regulate your blood pressure, you take it. The initial one, that the compound used to make the statin was extracted from venomous lancehead. I think it was it's a weird name. Back in I can't remember if it's the 70s, but that kickstarted the statin class.
Really?
So anyway, there's just so much. This could be like another lecture in itself. But yeah, there's much benefit, especially in venomous.
Yeah, I remember there was maybe 15, 20 years ago, they mentioned it was kind of leaked out that they've developed a synthetic insulin from Gila monster venom, and it's going to change the way diabetics are, and it's self-regulating insulin. And then everyone's like, oh, it will never happen because all the insulin manufacturers, they don't want to lose out on the clientele. And then it kind of disappeared for 10, 15 years.
There was a drug. So Ozempic is one, but before Ozempic from the Gila monster, there's a drug called Byetta.
Okay.
It was somewhat similar. Look, Smitty, you got the computer. Look at what Byetta was. It's still, people still use it. That was before Ozempic came out. And that made a decent chunk of change too. And then obviously Ozempic came out, and all hell broke loose with everyone wanting a GLP-1.
Yeah, they discontinued it. AstraZeneca officially discontinued Byetta and its sister medication Bydureon in late 2024.
Also, I'm sorry. What I said, I misspoke with. It's not the statins. It's the ACE inhibitors. I want to get that corrected. I just fact checked myself. I couldn't remember if it was that or the statins. It was the ACE inhibitors, which again just help regulate blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure or heart failure, you'll be on an ACE inhibitor, and that was the one that that class of drug was basically initially synthesized from the venom it's called the Yarara lancehead, or Bothrops jararaca. That's a weird name, but yeah, look that one up too, so maybe people could see that. It's So it's Bothrops and then Jararaca.
Not to be confused with the slang term for Bothrops asper, which is referred to as Haranaka.
Interesting. Okay, I did not
Totally different species.
know that.
Let's see. AI overview. Bothrops.
Yeah, I apologize for that
Haranaka.
error there. I'm glad we got that corrected before I got offline. I was like, I need to just double check this.
Venom is primarily used to develop ACE inhibitors like captopril, which lower blood pressure by inhibiting the angio. I can't read that because angiotensin converting enzyme,
angiotensin. Yeah, that's just like the ACE enzyme,
which is used to produce anti-hemorrhagic drugs such as hemicoagulase and potential in. Oh my god, dude, my vision is getting so bad. Anti-tumor, antimicrobial, and neuroprotective research. Cancer treatments, antimicrobial, antiviral studies, neuroprotection.
Yeah, there's also something recently with Eastern or Southern, whatever, taxonomy of Gulf of Copperheads in the U.S.
Yeah, I saw that's been around. That's like a breast cancer. I think that's still like in the experimental phases. That's never been like FDA approved.
Okay.
But yeah, they're trying to get something on board there. That drug with the snake we were just talking about, the Lancehead, is called captopril. That's the trait.
Yeah.
But still very cool. It was patented in 1976 and approved for medical use in 1980. Just reading this right now, but that's a major drug class for hypertension. High blood pressure.
Yeah.
I misspoke earlier. Like I said, statins. Sorry, that's like for cholesterol. That's something else. My brain at this point in the night, but I'm glad we got this correct because I want people to know. But yes,
yeah.
Venomous snake responsible for ACE inhibitor drug class in the mid to late 70s, early 80s is phenomenal. Another just phenomenal reptile discovery and further solidifies their importance for use and appreciation in human culture, in my opinion. So,
very cool.
Yeah, no, good conversation. There's a lot happening here where, space, as mentioned earlier, is always a limiting factor. So I do have to watch what I keep and keep it manageable. And I want to make sure everything actually is properly cared for in the end too. I don't want to be, at the moment I'm starting to stress out a lot about feeding animals and it becoming more of a job and a hassle. That's when I have to start reevaluating, which we all have happened to us before. I mean, that's just normal part of it. But there's a lot I really like.
Yeah, man.
So
very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of potential in that stuff, man. It's crazy to think just how we've barely scratched the surface of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the regulatory process too, and like makes it harder, and just, it just takes years, and you need millions, not billions of dollars to make drugs. So it takes a long time.
Yeah. For sure, man. For sure.
Been thinking about giving the old GLP-1 a shot myself.
There you go. You can thank Gila Monsters for that.
Yeah. Doesn't get talked about enough.
No, it doesn't. People don't know. Anytime someone brings it up, I always educate them.
You got to make a shirt, Smitty, that says,
yes.
Thank your Gila monster for your GLP-1.
GLP-1 stands for Gila loves people.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, something like that. You should make a shirt.
Yeah, man. Have like a silhouette of the Gila with like the peptide on there or whatever.
That might be a project for tomorrow evening.
There you go.
Yeah, I think
that's a
great idea, Phil. Get the word out there. People need or hey, your blood pressure med was made from this venomous snake. Something along those lines. Make it more catchy than that. But it's just people don't give these animals credit they deserve because they're just not educated. And I think that's where us as hobbyists have to come in and even just like basic facts like that.
Yeah.
people would
For
appreciate.
sure.
Well, I think it does a lot for the animals too. It sheds,
It
puts a completely different light on something that would be terrifying to most, like Bothrops, which
Yeah, exactly.
in their own right are terrifying. But
Yeah.
is the fact that you can be like, hey, like, yeah, they're terrible, but also the reason your grandparents have been sticking around is because they're on a medication that they need for heart medication or whatever. So
Just like ACE inhibitor ? Thank a lance head.
Yeah, there you go.
Just have like a little lance head.
You're a lot better than me at this. I'm not creative at all.
He's pretty quick witted with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's being recorded, so you could reference
Yeah,
it. Exactly.
We'll write it down on a post-it note next to the bed, just like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Well, did we have anything else? We're at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, man, no, it's good.
2 hours. This was a good one.
Yeah, man, I love having Doc on. This is great.
It's always fun. I feel like last time I was way more nervous. This time I know you guys so well.
Yeah, man, it's good.
Fun. Easy to talk when you're passionate about something, but no, I thank you guys for having me on. If people do have questions on Instagram, probably the easiest to contact me with Pelican State Reptiles.
Cool, man.
So Smitty, thank you for the logo. I'll be releasing that. That was a pain in the ass. I'm sorry. But
no, it wasn't.
I'll release
way worse.
I'll release that at some point in the near future. I'm post about it, but yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, man.
It's our pleasure, man. We love hanging out with you, love chatting. Gonna be sad we don't see you in Daytona.
I know, crack a beer for me when you're there.
Yeah, you have an actual reason.
I think you could still make it.
I'm trying.
They've got hospitals.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you just fly in? Someone will pick you up like Saturday morning.
It's like a rocket run the same day.
That's it, man. Rocket run.
I mean, Jake did it, and he said it was terrible, but he did it.
He did it. I did not know
but
that.
Jake's drive was a lot shorter than Doc's.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, just fly in like, Friday night, have a couple beers, have a cigar, bang out the day, take the red eye back, and you're home Sunday afternoon for
you were never gone.
Punch and pie.
Yeah. I'll try to work on it.
Yeah.
But thank you.
It wouldn't be surely someone's had a baby at the Ocean Center.
Surely this has to
it can't. They have to be prepared. This can't be an isolated incident.
I mean, they got AEDs and shit everywhere. The's got to be some kind of.
Wayne has the
gurney.
Segway. We can hijack that and we can run it to the hospital. Just use the sidewalks and stuff. Don't even have to use the roads.
Avoid the crackheads.
We'll get some sirens and stuff, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Or just whatever that the I know there's a drug to induce labor. Isn't there a drug to slow down labor too? Just give her some of that for like the weekend.
Yeah. To induce it, it's oxytocin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh man.
Well, this episode, as always, is brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com. Shirts, hats, hoodies. If you're in need of one this time of year, it's hoodie season after all. If you're tweaking on meth.
Yes.
Use the code THN at checkout. Get 15% off your order. That is the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. And the Daytona pickup option is now available. So if you're going to go to Daytona and you just want to pick up your order from me there, that's an option to check out. Pick that. And then cold-blooded caffeine, best coffee around. Go get you some. Check it out. Shop around. They have a lot of options. You will not be disappointed by any of them. They make phenomenal coffee. Use the code SMOKE at checkout there. Get 10% off your order. And then I think we'll be back Thursday. I don't know yet. Every time we go to schedule like Arachnids or something, the people we have in the pipeline are busy. So I don't know what's going on there. And I don't know if Flippin' Tin's happening anytime soon or what's going on. So we'll figure something out. Just like every other week, I don't know what we're doing Thursday. Something may happen, something may not.
Yeah.
We'll see. Certain co-hosts are now engaged.
So
they might be busy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. No excuse.
All right.
No excuse.
We'll see everybody later.
Bye.